Welcome back to another episode of Life in Pinstripes. I'm
James Yevon here.
And it's a little different episode today. We're thinking more life in the Life in Pinstripes. We're thinking y'all have been asking us some questions on social media, so maybe we should answer some of those questions on the air.
Absolutely.
And
Bring it on.
This is episode number 38.
Hammer and Cameron Mabin.
Cameron Mabin. Call me maybe. Call me Mabin.
Call me Mabin.
I like that guy a lot.
I did too.
Good grief.
Please come back.
Please. But this episode is about us.
Wait, what? Since when?
Well, a couple weeks ago we were called a couple of snowflakes, and I thought to myself, snowflakes are unique. What makes us unique? Why should people even listen to us?
There's not a lot of people know about us. They just hear just two dudes just blabbing and trying to give words of wisdom.
Speaking. You don't even know if we have any credibility, and pretty much who does have any credibility? Granted, you could take an actual professional athlete and have them talk about their sport. Yeah, they'd probably be more credible, but I reach decently high levels of baseball. We talk a lot of baseball in here.
Yeah.
I played high school football. What else do you need?
I just happen to be the brains. I just happen to know a lot of things.
The man is the coiffed hair, the brains, and the guy who can recite everything backwards from years to players to
the alphabet.
How tall their grandmother was. He knows.
Yes,
he knows stats.
Pretty much what we know is that I am the stat keeper in my mind.
And other questions. So one person asked us, basically calling us losers. They said, "Hey, do you guys have a life? Do you guys do anything other than this?"
There's a reason why we call it Life in Pinstripes. So I guess we kind of somewhat have a life, don't you think?
I've had a life. I've been living quite a life, and it's been tiring. But maybe I'll share a little bit with you. First, we ask you, James, what do you do on the side other than this podcast?
Okay, besides bringing you magic in this podcast, for those of you who may not know, I am a preschool teacher. I know.
Kiddos, huh?
Kind of weird that you didn't think that I would be working with children.
You work with children. Interesting.
Yes.
Is it rewarding?
It is very rewarding, trying to mold young minds, trying to make them into civilized human beings when they move on into elementary school later on.
That's pretty cool, man. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of working with kids or working with people that are uncivilized turning civilized, I mean, most of my life is bartending. I am a bartender. I do that for most of my funds. And, that's kind of working with kids in a way. A lot of drunk people.
You're dealing with monsters.
Monsters. I deal with some of the best and worst of people.
I call myself the best, by the way.
Yes. And that actually leads us into another question somebody asked us, like, how do we know each other? And it all started because I actually bartended for James's parents. They became avid customers of mine. They became some regulars, and we had a great friendship and laughed a lot and told good stories. And
once I turned 21,
boom, the man was there having a drink. And there was a Yankee game on, I remember, and we watched the Yankees on the TV behind me, and we were just like, Yankees.
Blah, blah, this, blah, blah,
and the rest was history.
And here we are.
And, random fact, but he lives right next door to my cousins.
You may remember your cousins that were on...
yeah.
I think over the summer when
we
talked about the Yankees and the Red Sox.
If you scroll down the list, you'll see there's a bunch of pictures of me and him sitting next to each other. Then all of a sudden there's one where there's two identical-looking females, one over here and one right here.
One where it's easily getting mixed up all the time.
I mixed them up for a long time, but one of them always wore like the bluish and more purplies, and one of them always wore pink and the reds.
That is how I'm able to tell them apart. Claire's the one that likes blue.
Correct.
Nicole likes red.
Correct, and that's how I did it for years. Still to this day, if they're wearing the same thing, it takes me a half second, but I know by their faces now, I know distinct differences. Twins, some of them are more, they're very identical, but now that I know them, I can actually see very blatant differences to the naked eye wouldn't see, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we met each other, and here we are, doing this. So, on my side, I bartend. I've done some Ubering, which has been kind of exciting.
Yeah. I forgot to tell you that I also did play-by-play for my... Besides preschooling...
We need to bring that up. First off, I had a side story with Uber. We'll get back to that, because it's a little graphic.
Yes.
What happened recently? You did a bunch of games or something.
Yes,
like that, right?
I did a National Hockey Prospect League in Danbury a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
I know when we were talking about the college football games, I couldn't watch any of them because I was too busy calling hockey games left and right. I called 4 hockey games in almost like a 12-hour day.
That's crazy. That's a full day.
Yeah.
And hockey not being our number one favorite sport here.
No, it's not my favorite sport.
So what was it like calling a game? You know, it's like me calling like a bowling or something. I don't even know. Like,
it's
the ball is spinning.
First of all, I will tell you the first game I ever called last year. Oh my God! If I still had footage of that, I would be embarrassed.
Why? What was so bad about it?
Because I didn't know the rules. I had when I didn't know the rules, I didn't know about icing. I had a difficult time
It's like,
learning.
hey, I need somebody to call this hockey game. Do you have any hockey experience? No. Okay, do it anyways.
Hey, it's experience.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
So obviously, you gotta think of it that way. I didn't know the rep signals, the penalties. I had a difficult time. This was boarding. This was high sticking.
And this guy's doing something to that guy.
The puck is moving to this way. Oh wait, now it's moving down that way.
What was the penalty?
You know what's the worst?
Offsides?
The worst part is that when you have to look at the roster and the puck is moving like 1,000 miles per hour left and right, going blip, 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 blip.
Yeah.
You look up. I remember one time I was looking down the roster and then the puck was in the goal. I'm like, oh wait, look, a goal just happened over there.
Sorry, folks. The puck
Ended up by whoever.
And their names aren't that easy, right? They're like Chechnya Shlegiov and
there's like
Slapsplanovov.
Flanovic, whatever.
All those Bolsheviks.
Bullshit. I thought you were gonna say
specific
word there for a second.
Hockey last names are not.
But anyway, hockey may not be my favorite sport. But as I've been calling more and more, I've been doing this for about a year. I've actually been starting to appreciate it a little bit more, and even when I watch the Rangers play.
Dude, there's nothing better than playoff hockey. And it's actually amazing, the guy. There's a famous guy who calls hockey games. I forget his name.
Oh, I think I know.
Is he the guy that switched over to football on Monday nights, right?
Oh, are you talking about... what the hell's that guy's name?
Yeah.
I know exactly. When he's like, his voice is like, and it gets an let's go! Yeah, it's like that.
He has an amazing voice. And he's a great storyteller.
Definitely entertaining.
The puck moves around a lot, like you said, and he has a great language for it. He's very descriptive. I love listening to him. I am drawing a blank.
I forgot his name. I will get back to you with the name.
You probably know who's listening. But anyways. Yeah, so other fun things. We were asking ourselves, what makes us unique? What random things make us unique? And we can start off with the most random. And one of them for me is probably not something I should be happy about, but I have been in many car accidents.
How many car accidents would you think you would have to say?
If you include little tiny bumpers and fender benders, I've been in a total of 9 in my entire life.
When you first told me that, literally 15 minutes ago.
My dad, who's definitely listening, he knows that we've been in quite a handful of silly moments. But yeah, I've had 4 cars and I'm 28 years old, so...
So you've had a car every 7 years?
Well, you start driving at 16 or 18 or whatever, so I've had 2.5 year lifespan on my cars. Not that good, but hopefully this one will last longer, and it still doesn't look like it's gonna, because it's really trying to crap out on me.
Yeah, your creamsicle, as I should probably call it.
My orange Ford Escape, it's just every time something gets fixed, something else comes loose, and something else is making a noise, and I can't just go like 2 weeks without something starting to eat away at me.
It almost seems kind of ironic.
Destiny.
You know what it is?
Sell me!
The reason why it's called an escape is because it's telling you to escape that car and try and get it out of there.
Money is escaping my wallet, and it is trying to escape my...
Anything involving a vehicle escapes from your bank account if you really think about it.
Yeah, no, because what I originally bought it for, we've put double in back in. So like...
Double in maintenance, pretty much.
Double in maintenance. Like, so I basically bought a whole brand new car twice. Like, it wasn't brand new, but it was a used car. It was actually a rental from Hertz, and they legally, like, they upkeep their cars well usually. They do a lot of oil changes and whatnot. So the car treated me well for the first couple of years, but now at the 100,000 mile, ever since I got it did that 90,000-mile checkup, and 2 days later the car overheated, and then I had all these slew of issues.
Ooh.
Overheated led to an engine seizing.
Me being an Uber driver for you for a little bit.
Yeah, being an Uber driver, driving around a little extra in places like Hartford where the roads are freaking terrible.
Oh, yes.
I'm going over bumps and bumps, and then I told you about that
lady.
There's this old lady, this larger, quite large, old lady, gets in the back seat of my car. And she's not even sitting in the center seat. She's sitting in all 3 seats at once because that's how big she is. But she couldn't sit in the car normally. She had to sit kind of slanted. And she mentioned to me, she said, honey, can you not go over the bump? She's like, can you just be careful going over bumps? I have a bad back. I was like, okay. So a lot of the roads aren't even done. They're under construction right now in Hartford, and I couldn't avoid them. So there was that thing where you're on the hard gravel going over God knows what amount of bumps, and they had the raised structures like the
those are
potholes.
Those are the worst. That's why I hate driving in Hartford.
Yeah,
sometimes.
and so I'm like, okay, she doesn't want me going over those. I don't want to go over those and bust my tire. So I was gently weaving in and out of them all like a video game and doing just fine, avoiding bumps, and I did great. And I didn't go over any bumps. And at the end, this woman gave me 1 out of 5 stars, and I was just like, you crapping me, woman? Come on!
She cheeked you out a little bit.
Yeah. I was like, all right, next time I get her, if I ever get her again, I'm flooring it over that speed bump.
I think you should.
God.
Go 100 miles per hour.
If your back is really that bad, don't be 450 pounds. I know she's not going to be listening to this, so.
Just say what you have to say, man.
Good God. It's called a salad.
You know what else is tough besides driving in Hartford? Driving in New York City.
Yeah, he went to New York City recently.
Yes, I went to New York City over the weekend with my lovely girlfriend, Sarah Wilson. This is a shout out to you. And my goodness, are they just ruthless down there?
Yeah, the cabs flying around.
Cabs flying around all over the place.
Friggin'
I literally was driving over the Queensboro Bridge trying to get into the right lane because I'm trying to go, I thought going to the right lane would take me to the west side to get to Central Park. So I had my blinker on for a solid 15 seconds while getting into Manhattan. Literally 5 cars went by. No one literally gave me. No one stopped.
It's no one stops in the world, but of all places, New York, they're definitely not stopping for you. You're jumping into this. No one's gonna slow down for you.
Yeah, let's be honest. This is gonna be bleeped out. New Yorkers, what they're gonna do if you had your blinker on, they're gonna say "fuck you." You're not getting into my lane.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a war zone out there. If you go, I hear stories about that in L.A. That 6-lane highway where people are just.
That's
you got to command your space out there. You got to demand your space. You be like, this is mine, and you ain't coming in here. We get weird when it comes to traffic and anger.
Oh, my favorite is when say that you're going down a singular street, just going down that way, and a car just happens to stop, not in the middle, but slightly close to the middle, where you have that little inch trying to get through.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what are you doing? Seriously.
I can't stand people.
I hate when
they're going and trying to take a left, but they shift over to the right side of the lane, blocking the whole thing so they don't let the flow of life continue.
And then the cars behind you is honking at you it's your fault. It's
But no, here's the thing. When you're a member of society, don't be a block. At least just let it flow with you. Be a part of this moving forward, growing organism that is the human experience. Don't be that guy that is just taking a wide right turn, just trying to go left. I'm like, you're unathletic, you're unaware, you have bad spatial recognition. What are you doing for this society other than pissing off the rest of us? You're in our way.
First of all, this is if you get pissed off here in Connecticut, they're just okay, that's not that big. You piss someone off in New York, oh my goodness, they're going to know that they're going to be pissed off. I remember one time, I was driving my friends over to Long Island because they wanted to go over to a gym. This was 3 years ago. And we got stuck at a toll booth trying to get on the Throgs Neck Bridge. 5 cars behind me started honking at me. I'm like, dude, our Easy Pass isn't working. I'm like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's and my friends are they didn't know what to do. I'm like, guys, you don't know jack crap, honestly.
What did you do?
I literally, first of all, lucky enough, there was a toll booth guy. I'm like, yeah, this Easy Pass isn't working. I had to give them cash.
Oh, yeah.
And not to mention, it's not a penny. It was $8.
Oh, yeah. They'll hit you hard. That's something when I'm Ubering and I go through a toll, I get funded that from Uber. I went through $17 in tolls the other time when I drove the girl to New York, and they only take your picture now. Like, so...
Oh, they bill you.
They bill you. And luckily, well, maybe unluckily, but I've moved like 3 times in the last year, so there's definitely like New York bridge toll mail out there floating in the world looking for TJ Stolzenberg, and you'll never find me. I'll never pay.
Unless they're watching this episode right now.
And if they are, they still never find me. They don't know my address. Because I keep like 7 addresses all at once.
Well, see, that's the reason why you moved 3 times, too. You're practically kind of like in the witness protection program, just changing all these addresses.
I'm a nomad. I'm a vagabond.
Yeah, it's like Goodfellas. Isn't
Town
it?
to town, I just live out of my car. I float around.
Yeah.
I'm many places.
Yeah, you're like the ending of Goodfellas, like when he's living in like that little residential area. You ever see that movie?
I love that movie.
Okay.
But I still don't, I was like, what's the connection here? When he lives in the...
When he's in the witness protection program at the ending scene?
Oh, Witness. Got it. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Goodfellas is way ahead of its time.
Goodfellas. Mr. James's favorite movie of all time.
Really?
It is my favorite movie of all time.
That is a tough question. I don't know if I could answer favorite movie of all time. I remember we brought this up the other
We were
episode.
thinking about bringing a list, but we got shadowed by sports.
Yeah. It's like tough to think of a top movie for me. Like, that's such a hard question. Because there's so many amazing movies. Like, Christopher Nolan, my favorite director. Like, good grief. Like, Inception, The Dark Knight, and like, how do you, like, Shawshank Redemption, how do you pick?
I thought you'd be a Stanley Kubrick kind of guy.
Yeah, actually, I do like his movies.
Or Steven Spielberg.
I mean, Spielberg does some masterpieces, too.
Yes.
But Christopher Nolan has only made like 9 movies, such as Dark Knight, The Prestige, Insomnia, Interstellar, Inception. Dude, this guy's list. Oh wait, he did Memento. Good God.
Wow.
Yeah, he's only done like 9, 10, 11, whatever movies, and all of them are like, wow. All of them have like above a 7 on IMDb. And IMDb is very harsh. If you're like above a 7.5 on IMDb, you're a really good movie.
So IMDb is like the Wolfgang Puck of movies?
Yes, because The Dark Knight's like an 8.8. Let's put it that way. Like,
okay.
You know, like people aren't like, oh, 10 out of 10. They're harsh on that site. The critics are. So, yeah, just saying. Christopher Nolan. I don't know how to pick a movie, but if I had to pick one, you know, like I love movies like Rounders. I love World War II. I loved Spielberg's
Saving
Private Ryan.
Schindler's List. Has a spot in my heart.
How do you pick one movie for a favorite? I can't do it.
Mine is Goodfellas. I think actually a lot of movies by Martin Scorsese
he's
automatically on my list.
He's a beast.
Like Goodfellas, The Departed.
Oh yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street. Taxi Driver. I loved.
Oh yeah.
Taxi Driver. Raging Bull. Oh yeah. Man, I could name it. I'm so excited for
Scorsese's awesome.
I'm excited for The Irishman that comes out on Netflix very soon.
Amazingly, I haven't seen anything for that.
Really?
I remember hearing about it like a year ago, but I forgot. So it's De Niro and it's who else?
De Niro, Joe Pesci. He's back, man.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, he's back. Oh, Casino. That's also another good movie. And Al Pacino.
Oh my God! So the crew's back.
Oh, not to mention Harvey Keitel is also in there too.
Oh.
And Bobby Cannavale, just to name a few guys.
Harvey Keitel's classic.
I love Harvey Keitel. Oh man, Mean Street's another one.
In Pulp Fiction, when Harvey Keitel is the cleaner.
Hey, I'm the wolf.
He's like,
I talk fast, I clean fast.
This is what we're gonna do. You get a plastic bag, some paper towels, and this is Windex or whatever. I forget what he did.
So pretty please, with sugar on top. Clean the freaking car.
Yeah.
Well, he said the F word. So.
Well, you know, whatever. So, hey, movies, music, James. So, music, I know. For all those you don't know, I'm gonna talk about myself for a second.
Okay, before I grab him.
Because James is about to grab something off screen, then I'll explain his little half. Me, I love heavy metal.
Yes, you are a thrasher.
I am. The thunder, the crash, the heavy. Oh my God! The first. I mean, when I was younger, when I bridged when I was in the Linkin Park days when Hybrid Theory came out, I liked that hip hop metal like thing, and I branched into further things like Killswitch Engage, Asking Alexandria. This is places where I've fallen. Like Bring Me the Horizon, their heavy stuff, newer stuff, but. Those are like my types of bands. I also love electronic music. I do love like dubstep and anything with like little builds and drops and a lot of thrashing and crashing and beautiful melodic stuff. But that's enough about me. James.
Okay.
What about you in music?
You are a thrasher. I'm a not so thrasher.
guitarist.
You always talk about things that represent interesting. You talk about your stuff. Many of you may not know this, except if you're my friends from Curry College or in my house. I play a little guitar.
Show us.
Yeah, anything for...
That's great. What song is that?
I don't know, I just made it up.
Oh, it was actually really nice though, bud. Hey, so James played the guitar. What type of music? I know you're a classic.
I am a classic guy. Jimmy Page is my favorite guitarist of all time from the greatest band, Led Zeppelin.
See, like I do enjoy classic rock. It's just... I had a buddy, Joey DeNino, who always just was like, everything sometimes like some old... It just sounds so like generic to me. I don't know.
Generic?
I don't know. It's just not that exciting. Like classic rock, like...
What about the Beatles?
Yeah, it's exactly. It's all the same. Like... It's just not like... Give me something like that really moves me. Not makes me sway. I'm not a swayer. I want to freaking play football while I'm listening to music.
There you go. See, there's your Thrasher. And by the way,
rated PG-13. What?
I just made that up too.
Oh, it's fantastic. That was a brilliant song. People, you should be impressed right now.
I know. Did you really think, watching this episode, that I was going to bring out a guitar and play some music?
Absolutely not.
Nope, I did not think about this either.
You never know. And we were inspired because when we were called Snowflakes, we really thought about it. And we love making fun of ourselves, but we realized...
I am the king of making fun of myself. I mean, look at me.
Exactly. But who are ourselves? That's the thing. We want you to know a little bit about us. You know?
Because we're more than just two friends that just blab about sports.
Yeah.
We like to give out advice, wisdom. Get to know us a lot
Ask
more.
questions about our... we're living life too. We're along this journey. We're not perfect. We're trying to figure this all out. And good grief, if I made some mistakes.
We're living in the best ages in our 20s. Think of it that way. This is the age where we're literally trying to find ourselves.
My 20s. He's early to mid 20s. I'm mid to late 20s, and it's already over, man. It's already 30 is on my doorstep, and it's knocking hard. I'm 28, but good grief, it's right around the corner. Play me a sad song.
I was playing Stressed Out a little bit by 21 Pi.
I feel like all this music you put a lighter, turn on your lighter and sway back and forth.
I messed it up right there. Okay.
How dare you?
Well, here's the thing. I also have been playing while little kids.
Excuses.
Yeah. You know what? How about this? Next time when we come out with an episode, I'm going to come out better than ever.
All right. Play a little song for... We should write a song. And I should sing ridiculous lyrics.
What, about like our lifestyle?
His name Chinese chicken.
Yeah, his name is TJ. My name is... Power of the power chords. That's what we call that. A power chord.
Power of the penis.
Anyway, that was just so random.
A right hand turn. Power of the... When I hear power of the... well, when you're powerful, you know. Anywho, so... We're trying to teach you a little bit about us. We also want to learn about you guys. Who's listening to us out there? You know, we know some of our family members are, but some of the random folks. We have some listeners across the pond.
We have some listeners in Canada, by the way.
Hey, Canada.
We're getting a little love.
Hey, if that Canada person's listening right now and you made it this far in this episode, give us a little shout out. Tell us where you're from, what y'all about. That'd be cool. I want to know who's listening to us, other than just my grandma. But anyways. I digest, I digress, I take out my chest, and I play chess. See, I can write lyrics. Classic rock is the same all the time, singing songs all the time, my girl in sadness and drinking. That's country music. About your truck, your girl, your dog, and sadness.
As one of my friends from college, trucks and boots and sloots and canoes.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Well, buddy. Is that the episode?
Pretty much. I think we ended it up on that.
We kept it easy.
I know.
We kept it easy this episode. We, figured sports. We're a little sportsed out.
A little sports down. Miles Garrett, you're a fool.
Miles Garrett, ouch. Mason Rudolph, you've acted like a
You're a punk.
You embarrassed.
Derek Jeter, we're gonna see you in Cooperstown.
Yeah, all that stuff happened. Colin Kaepernick, figure it out, guy.
Nets,
do you want to play in the league?
Nets, you suck. You look so bad.
Basketball, basketball. UConn men's basketball beat Florida.
Really? Oh wait, I think I.
We lost to St. Joe's.
I heard that.
And the coach is like, oh God, I need my guys to get better. And all of a sudden, we came out and represented, beat a ranked Florida team. It's the last time we beat a ranked team, whatever, in 6 years.
Really?
6 years.
Look at that.
Look at that drought.
Actually, that's a tip of the cap right there. That's brilliant.
UConn basketball. Dan Hurley, and that hard work you're putting in starting to pay off, dude. So let's go, boys.
Because
UConn basketball, let's get back to who we really are.
Yeah, because UConn basketball over the last few years, since the last time they won their title, they've just been terrible.
I was blessed with. I had Kemba Walker's year where he won the national championship.
Cardiac Kemba.
Yeah, that year, 5 games, 5 days in the Big Apple, and then taking that momentum into the tournament and winning. And I remember along the way we played Kawhi Leonard, San Diego State. I remember now.
That's sick.
Look at him. And then we had Shabazz Napier after 3 or 4 3 years later. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have who was the guy before? Did you have someone before him?
There was Kemba,
that,
Shabazz, and you might be thinking of Ryan Boatwright.
That's exactly.
Because we also had A.J. Price before Kemba, but A.J. Price, Jerome Dyson, all those years. But those are the years we really didn't do that well, actually. But nonetheless, Stanley Robinson, holy crap, he could dunk. I miss that guy.
Yeah, that was a happy D chord right there.
Happy D chord for Stanley Robinson. He deserves it. Oh, yeah, that was great. That was awesome. Well, another episode's in the books.
Yes.
Where can you find us out there?
You can find us on Twitter at Life Pinstripes, Instagram Life and Pinstripes. You can watch our YouTube videos. You can hit that subscribe button and watch our previous videos, literally starting from all the way from the bottom. And here we are today.
Here we are.
Also, our audio, we did add on a couple of new platforms. We've added on to Google Play. We added on to Pocket Cast. Overcast, I believe that's what's called. Castro. We're moving on around the world, man.
We're trying to find you so you can find us.
Find us! And then you'll get the happy D chord if you find us and give us a nice comment.
Don't forget it. And thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
And never forget to
rock and or roll. Beautiful.
Awesome. That was smooth.
Give me a hug on that episode.
That was smooth, actually.
That was really nice. And we did some funny, cool stuff
in
there with the music and everything. That was very cool.
Love it.